Welcome to the Blender software training series. I'm Iman. In this part, I want to teach you about collections and how to organize them. Alright, today let's talk together about the topic of collections. Guys, if you were in any section and didn't see this collections part, remember that in the outliner section you can actually bring it up or use the Shift+F shortcut key. Just press that key. We refer to this topic in this section. How can we create collections, or how can we add to them? Alright, to add collections, you can create it here and place it. When I create a collection, by double-clicking, I can change the name of the collection. For example, for this collection, I'll name it background. Wait, I didn't write it correctly. Yes, background. Then I create another collection and name it, well, let's see. I select it, create the next collection, and by double-clicking on it, I can set its name. Character, or actually music, object, or anything else you want to create. So we can conveniently name them like this, or alternatively I can simply double click, then I will proceed to name it object, okay, so that each individual object of mine is precisely placed on the designated location, that section. Now if you pay attention, the collections I've created here, if I click on any of them, they're empty. None of my collections here are selected. I'll add one, and as I told you in the previous session, the shortcut key for it is Shift+A, so I'll add a cylinder. Now you see the cylinder has been added to the background collection. How can I move this or even delete an object? If you right-click and select the Move to Collection option, you can, for example, when I right-clicked on this cylinder and selected the Move to Collection option, this collection. So first it shows a collection named background and then object. If I select object and click move, it will move to the object collection. Now for example, I'll select the cube from these collections. Again, if I use move to collection and move it to background, it goes into the background section. If you press the shortcut key M, for example, I take one of these, I select it, or with Shift+A, I add a new object. Basically, I create an object, and when I press the shortcut key M, I can move its collection. Instead of right-clicking, if you press the M key, you can move these around. For example, this one, I bring the object into the collection section as well. I created each of these in the collection with the option. With M, you can speed up your workflow, or you can right-click and just select Move to Collection and then move your collections around. You can create it using this method. Okay, if I press the C shortcut in the collection section, it creates a new collection for me. So every time I press C in this section, it creates a collection for me. Keep that in mind. So we also have a button that moves things within the collections themselves, and we have a C that creates a new collection for us. Guys, pay attention. Notice that in this collection section, none of them were selected. If at any time you have a collection selected and it's open and you press C or click on new collection, then a new collection will be created inside that collection for you, and it will place the music inside that collection. Okay, to delete a collection, you can simply press the delete button to do that. When you press the M button here, and for pressing M, guys, or actually for creating a new collection, in your workspace you must have at least one object selected. Okay, now I press M here and create a new collection. Now you can name it whatever you want, and when you click create, you'll see another one was created. So besides pressing the C button or using this tool, by pressing the M option, you can create a new collection. By dragging with my mouse, or actually my object, I can move my collections or objects around. You saw that by dragging you can move them. Here's a tip. Let me tell you guys, when you delete collections, the objects themselves are not deleted. In fact, it's only the collections that get deleted. So keep in mind that deleting a collection does not delete the objects. Alright, now we know how to create a collection and how to use it, or how to move our object from it. Remove an object from a collection or create a collection within another collection. Guys, in my opinion, if I want to create my own collection, I usually create a parent collection or the main collection and then place these collections inside it, so that if I want to highlight it later, I just need to select that main collection. So I don't have to hide each collection one by one. We can create a separate collection for the camera and another one for the lights. We can create a collection for the background and create separate collections for our objects. Now when we close our collection, pay attention, there's a symbol here. The triangle symbol here means it's telling me you have 3 objects. If I open it, you can see that, for example, if I expand it, I have a cube, a cylinder, and also an icosphere. Actually, I have an icosphere. Usually in these situations, I get a bit anxious and can't fully... Actually, you could say I have a kind of broken mesh-like sphere. Okay, so if I close this, the next option shows how many lights I have, how many cameras I have, and how many collections I have. And these 2 collections mean that you've created 2 collections, which is indicated by this icon that looks like it's funnel shaped, and when I click on it, it tells me that my first option, actually it shows me that there's also a checklist. The first option is for the section that shows your checklist, the second one shows the selectable, which parts you've selected, and the next one is hidden. Your camera, how many axes you have, and so on, which we can fully work with in the next sections. That's the first option. For example, if I deselect the select, meaning if I deselect here and create a new layer, here for example, if I name it press option 1 and click new layer, it creates a new layer. If I create a new one and select the second option, 2 shows me that there is nothing present in new layer 1. In new layer 2, these objects exist, which you'll later understand when rendering how these help you. Okay, so what about the collection feature? How do we create a collection? How do we arrange them? What do these lights mean, and what are these options? I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until the next session, goodbye.